There's two. Hello, and good morning, everybody. How we doing out there? Thank you for joining me. As always, it's nice to see you. Connecticut medical marijuana critic here, Compound Concentrates and Coffee. We are up, we are here, we are on the air. It is your SunDaze edition. It's November 10th. November 10th already. Like, we're into this month. These months just keep going by, man. So what's going on? Everybody having a good morning so far? Thank you. Love you. Yeah? Having a good start to your day? Thank you, YouTubers, for the thumbs up already. Facebookers, I'm getting your chat open as we speak. Good morning, Valerie. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. What's the good word today? There we go. Opening up with our theme song, of course, that's BioTrek from Austin Woodward and Shane Roberts. Again, it is SunDaze. November. Man, amazing. This year is just, like, I'm saying the month, but this entire year, man, I keep bringing it up. It just has gone so fast. And hey, I know this, the saying, time flies when you're having fun, but still, wow. Absolutely. Enjoy that day, Valerie, for sure. For sure. Now, let me see something. Speaking of day and enjoying it, opening up our weather station here. 47 degrees on the grounds of the compound here in Orange, Connecticut. It's 54% in the humidity. Winds have buzzed the station at 12 miles an hour. What's going on, Bud Rich? How are you, man? Oh, yeah, I had a good one. Cannot complain. Today, tomorrow, starting your week out right. Weather's going to be in the upper 50s, low 60s. Now, I've been talking about it. I've been fair warning you. I've been telling you to prepare because on Tuesday, you will be seeing some snow. Then, Wednesday, sunny. It's going to be deceiving. Bright and sunny, but it's only going to be in the low 30s. Okay? Thursday, cloudy. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 40s. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, long range forecast. You are going to have temperatures going again like this, like this, like this. So watch it. Okay? Ah, OGK. Very nice, very nice. It has flown, Valerie. I've been saying that. It has been flying by. I mean, I've enjoyed this entire year overall. You know, it's had its ups and its downs, kind of like what I just did with my hand. But overall, I have had a good year. I cannot complain. Things could always be worse. All right. Gotta get into some funk right off the bat. Little Marshall Watson. It's called Trash Funk. Really? You haven't seen snow in years. Oh. I love it when we get snow. Love it when we get it. Heck yeah. Snowboarding, skiing, sledding, snowball fights, building snow forts. I went snowboarding. I talked about this on here. I mean, I'm honest about things. People know this. Last time I went snowboarding, I'm having a good old time. Now, I've been watching these kids build this really cool, badass ramp the whole time I was there. And I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I hit that ramp, and I did a beautiful flip. Beautiful flip, even if I do say so myself. Now, here was the thing, though. Whenever a sentence starts out, oh, it was so great. But here's the thing. You know it's never good. Here's the thing, though. Let's say this is my snowboard. The flip itself was phenomenal. I came down and didn't land the tip the way I should have, which is here and then kind of going like that. I nose picked it, and it tweaked the board, and it tweaked my knee. You've never been snowboarding or sledding, really? Dude, you gotta come, man. Seriously. I love Naked Snow Angels. Now, I tweaked my knee. What's up, James? I got up. I was walking. I continued to snowboard. Man, I hurt my knee. But, hey, people even said, dude, the flip was fucking gnarly. And then I laughed, and I'm like, yeah, the landing. And I'm like, well, they say anything you can walk away from is a good one, right? One of the dudes there is like, I think that's for flying, but you know what? We'll give it to you. Dude, I love doing all sorts of shit. Oh, no. No, I love doing all sorts of stuff. All the time I spent on roller skates, when I would go to the skating rink, I was part of one of the local groups where we would do all sorts of different tricks. We were the ones who were right in the center of the ring, doing all sorts of tricks and having fun. So that going from skating over to snowboarding was no problem in the transition for me. No problem. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. I mean, it was a good enough ramp that, like I said, I came down this hill, I hit that ramp, and I got a nice flip. It was a good one. It was a backflip. Like I said, woo! But you're supposed to not come down this way. Oh, well. I'm still walking. Tobogganing is great. Are you kidding me? One of the few things, honestly, that I have as fond memories. The big old wooden toboggan. This thing, you could put 5, 6, 7 people on it. Like, it was a big old curled front wooden toboggan. Oh, yeah. We would go down some serious hills in that thing, too. See? Those are great. Those are so fun. As long as everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, man, you can control a toboggan really good. I mean, like, lean, and that thing goes left. Lean, and that thing goes right. If you get the wrong people, and everybody's trying to go this way, and somebody doesn't want to do it because they're afraid, and they do that partial lean, you end up wiping out. 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, you end up wiping out. But it's usually funny in a toboggan because it's always that backward spin kind of thing. All right, we had Trash Funk there. Here's Brought the Funk. We're continuing on with your funk block. Also, who's ever been... All right, Budrich, I know you said you've never been snowboarding or things like that, but big tractor tubes, you know, the 18-wheeler tires, you know, that's what they use. When you take it out of a tube, out of an 18-wheeler, or you get yourself a brand new one, and you fill it up with air, you know, they'll blow up to about this big around. Not even joking. And it's a big, big, big thing. Those fly down hills. And you can get a bunch of people on them. Now, don't be surprised. One of the things, man, you can't control one of those. It just goes. Now, you'll be flying down the hill, and if people are in front of you and do not get out of the way, you're either hitting them and sending them flying, or you're hitting them and they land on top of you, and then you're all going down the hill. Tractor tubes. Oh, yeah. Literally, you take it's the inner tube for a semi-truck. It's what's inside their tires. But when you take it out and you fill it up with air, it gets to go about that big around. And it's literally this big round. Like, you could fit 3 people on one. If you're small enough, you could fit like 4 people. And they whip going down hills, but you got no control. You're just, wherever it goes is where you're going. Now, if it starts heading somewhere you shouldn't, you just bail. As I was just telling them, though. Okay, here we go. Kind of. You're going down the hill, and if there's people in front of you and they don't get out of the way, you hit them. Now, either they fly out of the way, or they land on top of you, and you're facing that way. Their head's usually facing that way. And it kind of makes it really funny, because then it starts spinning. Yeah. Dude, really? Yes. Oh, yeah. There's a new mall in New Jersey that they opened an indoor snowboard place. Really? We go to New Jersey to visit my dad. We're planning on going there, so send me a message. Send me the location. Send me the name. Fuck, man. I'll definitely look into that. An indoor snowboard park? He says it's an indoor amusement park.
Mall?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a super mall is what it's called.
Oh. Apparently we haven't been to New Jersey in a while. I'm going for a walk, though.
That's cool. It's still being built. I love you, too. American Dream Mall, New Jersey. No shit. Good for New Jersey, though. Seriously. Good for New Jersey. Yeah. Budrich says hi, Liz.
Hi.
Seriously, good for them. I know, honestly, New Jersey had an issue for a few years. For a long time. New Jersey had an issue with abandoned malls. A couple of the places myself and other fellow urbexers loved going to. They sat there for years, just empty, derelict. You probably know about a few of the ones I'm talking about. Yeah, but you know what, Budrich? Something like that, I always look at it as go into it at least one time.
Quick walk, huh?
Yeah. Go into something like that at least one time to check it out, worth spending the money on. Then we decide whether or not we want to go back. Yeah, exactly. And what is up, Daniel? How are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. Thanks for joining us. By the way, everybody hearing me? Obviously, YouTube. We're talking back and forth. Facebookers, you hearing me all right? Audio and video coming across good? Everything looks okay for everybody? I mean, it looks good on my end, but again, you're the ones I'm worried about. Little Kingston Funk. This is Rhythm Roots All-Stars featuring Black Shakespeare.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing a new system. And the new system is from the art from the start. Yes, it's a blessed life. Every man got his own fight, you know.
You wanted to check some out in Detroit, but didn't. Yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff there, too, in Detroit. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Heck, I believe it's the Packard plant. I know part of it they're revamping now, which I think is great. But, I mean, it's such a massive facility.
Somewhere you have to do it deep in your heart. Yeah, baby, never get too blue. You know what to do. What time we spending in this place? We got a certain amount of breaks, right?
Yeah, yep. Oh, yes. Well, yeah, the Ford plant in Detroit, to me, is just a given. That's one of the places it's a must go. It's a mecca. Truly. Another place is the Ford Museum. Really nice. Really nice.
Ocean floor. If you want to say you want more.
Wow. That's awesome.
You want more, Lord. You gotta go a higher way. Birds flying in the sky. They're singing your name today. What time we spending in this place? We got a certain amount of breaks, right?
See, again, to me, it's worth it to do it at least once.
Every man got his own fight.
You know, the cost of something is relative to do it once. Then it's decided after that whether I go back.
Yes, it's a blessed life.
Little funk up the Zambezi. see YouTube has changed their terms of service again. Can't see your keyboard right now. Got a good hotbox going on? Excuse me. See, the Buffalo Bills are going into Cleveland today, to the Browns. We're 6-2. They're 2-6. Shake Shack, really? Ooh. I'm all about that. Darken the compound, really? Oh, you're conserving electricity. I got you. I was going to say, it's not that dark here. Actually, we had to pull some of the window treatments because it's really bright and glaring. Funk up the Zambezi right there. Again, a little Brent Bourgeois. We are continuing on with your funk block. Got a little funk for the 1%. I'll tell you, this coming week is going to be nice in critiquing coffee. I know Facebookers, you can see all 4 of them. YouTubers, you only get 3 of the 4. But starting here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of coffee. A cabin, okay, very nice, very nice. See, I do, I like that. Yeah. I'm not sure what we're going to start with first. Thank you. Thank you. I'm wanting to give the reviews a little more due diligence and not just talking about the coffee. So the way I did that write-up on Red Rooster will be the way that they'll be done for all coffees from now on. You know, we're also, one of the things that I'm working on for CompoundConcentratesandCoffee.com is literally a page just Coffee Corner, and people will be able to go and read the write-ups on all of our back coffees. There'll be links to all of their websites. Yep. Yes. second as I grab us another track. Funk for the 1% there. Now Funk Street wrapping up our funk block. What's up, Sticky Buds? How we doing over there? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. So what's people got going on today? Anything good? Fun, exciting, a little thrilling, stupendous, adventurous, maybe? There you go. Getting high in the woods sounds good. Sounds good. We are almost at the time, as you see. And a whopping 30 seconds before she takes over the chair. You get your hour with my wife. JC's power hour, as a matter of fact.
Is Jay out there?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, he could be one of the ones hanging out there, yeah. But
The little Patriots fan will show up.
Yeah.
I got some trash talking now.
all right. So, top of the hour, 11 o'clock. She drops her laptop and walks out. But you know the routine. You're going to hang out with JC for the next hour as she discusses sports and things. Yeah. Again, why I only got into my team, of course, 6-2 going up against a 2-6.
I'll laugh.
Yeah. You,
You're in my way, dog.
no, I'm not. I'm right where I belong.
Yeah, in my way.
Right where I belong.
That's Facebook, right?
Yes. What's up?
Hello, Budrich. How are you doing out there? Give me a half a second, people. I got to pull up Facebook on this side.
Give you half a people to get a second.
Yeah, exactly. I know people may not be 100% crazy to see me, but I don't think they paid to see your butt.
Sure they did. Look at my fanny, look at my fanny, look at my fanny. And who the fuck's getting paid? Where's the money going? It sure as hell ain't going in my pocket.
God knows. I was being a tad sarcastic. Jeez. Alrighty. I think I have people set up here. I think I have stuff going on. And I have a co-pilot. Say hi, Chase. Happy Sunday, Budrich. Happy Sunday to all. For those of you who do not know and are like, oh my god, who is this scary looking person on Compounds, Concentrates, and Coffee? I am JC. This is JC's Power Hour. This is my co-host Chase, who's debating on whether he's staying or just falling asleep. He'll let you know. But, for those who don't know, this is the time that I take over the show for an hour and I discuss all things sports. Of course, being that this is football season, I am like really staying on football because we have so much to talk about. But if you want to swing over, if there's stuff going on that you want to make mention, if you would like me to talk about something else, by all means, let's get into that too.
So, what's going in the world of Antonio Brown?
You are not on the show. You are over there. Go away.
I'm asking a question.
He shall not be named. Well, I shan't. Let's talk about the Lions. Alrighty, Cody. I am assuming you're a Lions fan. I mean, it could be that you're not a Lions fan and you're just pissed off at them. Who the hell knows? But let's go very basic. The Lions are playing Chicago today. The Lions are stuck with that wonderful little tie that I've told you guys that I've been there, and that little tie comes back and bites you in the ass at the end of the game, at the end of the season for sure. But right now, both you and the Bears only have 3 wins, so needs to get on the stick over there. What in Detroit land do you think would help to get Detroit back on? I believe I heard, and I'm double checking, but if I am not mistaken, you're down a quarterback this week, are you not? God knows, I know what that feels like. What am I on my 3rd string, I believe. Yes, it was Stafford. I heard it. Broken bones in his back. So you are done. So you are like, well, I'm not gonna say you're done. And no, you may not blow it. Okay. I feel your pain. Believe me, Cody, I feel your pain. I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, if we all know. And it's his hip, because I read a couple of reports saying it was his back. And please, don't say hip. I'm going to be heading to the doctor within the next month with my hip. I swear to God, I think I'm going to need a hip replacement another couple of years down the line, the way mine's going. But hip or back, that's not only he's not going to be starting with with us being halfway through the season, I don't see him getting any more play this year. I mean, health has got to take precedent. But I'm saying that's got to hurt. I'm not gonna lie, that has got to hurt. And yes, Budrich, the Jets and the Giants are playing today. The New York battle. Of course, New York, as far as football is battling themselves more than they're battling anything. I'm gonna say in the battle of the Jets and the Giants, you have a stronger quarterback right now, albeit he inexperienced. But if you don't protect him, you know, I'm gonna go on record saying that's gonna be another one of those really low scoring offensively. I mean, you may get a lot of scores defensively just from running him over. But who knows? Are you comfy? Because you look comfy. I know you can't see Chase right now, but he's pretty much just curled up on my lap with his head on my paw. Cody, if somehow Eli comes in with the game-winning touchdown, that'd be funny as hell. But I mean, if you go back through my articles and back through what I've been saying, I've been saying for the past, I don't know, it's got to be going on 2 to 3 years, that a lot of the Giants' problems was put on Eli Manning. And I mean, ultimately, you know, there are certain people that get the most blame, the coaches, the quarterbacks, and stuff like that. But honestly, I really think that Eli was getting blamed for a lot of shit that, you know, just wasn't him. The new kid, he came in like a house of fire and he won a couple of games. And like I said, you know, whether we like to admit it or not, you know, let's call it the graduating class, the guys who are, you know, up there, the Eli Manning, the Ben, the Drew Brees, the Aaron Rodgers, the cheater. I mean, eventually they're all gonna have to retire. So I think the new kid staying healthy, I think he is the future for the Giants, but he's running into the same problem. He's running into the same problem with that O-line. Sure, they like him better. Maybe they like him better because he's making less money. Maybe they like him better. Again, I've said this a million times. There could be problems behind the scenes that we simply just don't know about. I mean, personal conflicts, getting along with the owners, you know, getting along with the coaching staff. You know, sometimes people get cut from teams for simple reasons like that, that the smarter teams keep it from going public. I mean, sometimes we hear the dirty laundry gets aired and we hear a lot more than really should be, because that's not the best way for you to, you know, run your team. Sorry, I'm laughing because I just commented on Twitter over Peyton's new commercial with that, like, model town, and I was thinking that was funny, and I just commented on Twitter right before I went on here. But I'm gonna say Eli doesn't really have the personality for commercials. Peyton's a lot more outgoing and a lot more poke fun at himself, and, you know, Eli, I think, I don't like saying this, but I think Eli is going to end up announcing, and I don't like that because I don't think he'll be a good one. I don't think he's animated enough to be an announcer. I don't think he's animated enough to do commercials. I think he could be beneficial on a quarterback coaching staff But going with that, I think there's something underlying with the maybe, possibly, you never know. But I think Eli should go after he's done, like completely done with the Giants. I mean, sure, he's on the bench, but until they let him go or he's traded, he's not quote unquote done. But I think he should look into going on to a coaching staff and on another team, honestly. I mean, it's sad, but I think there's something in the back office that we don't see, and I really think that that's one of the reasons that the head coaching change was made too, because that surprised a lot of people. I mean, honest to God, that surprised a lot of people because you have a coach that took you to and won 2 Super Bowls, against supposedly the greatest team. Cheaters. Supposedly the greatest team alive, and beat them. And then there's something going on that just like Budrich said, they like the new kid over Eli. There's personality conflicts. I mean, it happens. I mean, people are people. Sometimes you like somebody for a lot of years, and then you just look at them and like, oh my God, I hate looking at your face. Or as they get older, they get more stubborn in their ways. As newer people come in, the existing people don't get along with the newer people, and the newer people are going to be here longer. Blah 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 blah. Cody, you mean another team to play? I mean, I think he might have a year or 2 left in him if he stays healthy and if he has a strong O-line. And certainly there are teams that could use a stronger quarterback. But that's depending on what they're willing to pay him, what he's willing to do. Excuse me. And if he wants to be one of those guys who's on one team for his entire career, and then do a year or 2. Not everybody wants to do that, because you always get a little words. You always get a little flack, like Brett Favre, truly one of the greatest of all time, and he retired and then he came out of retirement.
I want a what?
Away, Nave.
Direct quote.
I'm aware. So I mean, I think we're not going to know what Eli's doing. I mean, we're definitely not going to know. Oh, of course. I mean, he's not going to show it off on the bench, and the fact that the kid is this talented, he's not going to get any play time. So he's got to make a decision what he wants to do. I mean, and then he's got to. Cody said, tell the husband to leave us alone. We're having a good convo. But I really think that he's got to decide, and that's a decision only he can make. I mean, he knows how he feels physically. He knows how he feels. Can he actually do anything? Does he think he could be productive for another year or 2 on another team? I mean, there are teams that are struggling. I mean, there are teams that, I mean, hell, he wants to really stick it to the Giants. He could, go to the Jets. I mean, the Jets are struggling just as bad. I mean, that would be a lot. That would be a big, press story. Him going from the Giants to the Jets. I mean, he'd get a lot of media attention if that's what he's looking for. And if he could be productive there, that would be a good way to stick it. Hey, I love New York teams. I'm a Yankees fan. I know how New Yorkers are, and an uproar is an understatement. That would go a little cray-cray, but you know what? It would be a good one. It would be a good one. It would be an interesting one. It would be, see if, again, I'm one of the few people who's been defending him, if I'm right. Hey, give him a good strong O-line, protect him, and let him shine. I really think if the Giants had a stronger O-line, I think he would be doing a lot better the past few years. I mean, I'm sticking to that because we're still seeing it. The only thing the kid has, not the only thing, I mean, he's younger, he scrambles more. Eli's never been a scrambling quarterback. If the pocket closes around him, he's either going to short pass it or he's just going to take the sack. He's never been much of a scrambler. Some guys just don't have that. And I don't really consider that an age thing, because even when Eli was younger, he wasn't much of a runner. I mean, if he absolutely had to, and third or fourth down, if he absolutely had to avoid the sack to try to get the first down, but you could almost see in his eyes like, oh God, why am I doing this? And which is fine. You have to go with the strengths. You can't force. If you force a quarterback to be a runner who's not a runner, then you're just going to cough up the ball a million times, and we've all seen that happen too. And then you're just like, for the love of God, just take the sack. We'll fix it afterwards. Sometimes losing 5 or 6 yards is better than coughing up anytime, but sometimes some quarterbacks, as soon as they're hit, they cannot hold the ball. So, going on this week's games, we are in week 10. We are officially, and happy/sad. I mean, we're heading towards the playoffs, but to me it's a little sad because now we're halfway over with the season, and the season never lasts long enough for me, because God knows off season is way the hell too long. But I'm not going to talk about off season. I am going to talk about, I did keep track of my picks last week, and I was over 500. Believe the final tally was 7-4. I'm still looking for Jay out there, and he ain't there. Or he's hiding, lousy little Patriots fan. But I was right that the Patriots would lose last week. And I honestly think I'm right because of what I said. They lost because I wanted them to beat the stinking Ravens. But all emotional aside, I did say a couple of weeks ago in one of my articles that once the Patriots started to play stronger teams, we were really going to see, were they this good? They were playing teams that none of them were above 500. None of them were even at 500, the ones that they were playing. So all of a sudden they played a team, and again, I hate to admit anything decent about the Ravens, but holy crap, that new quarterback of theirs, he's going to be an issue. He is going to be a sticky wicket if people cannot stop him. Speaking of people playing, according to a report, since somebody did mention he who should not be named, according to sources, Antonio Brown is not expected to play the rest of this season. So hopefully we can just be done with him. According to other reports, Patriots owner Kraft wants Gronkowski back for the playoffs. I'm not sure that they're allowed to do that. I think that there's a certain time limit. I don't know it off the top of my head, so I'm not going to quote it. But I'm pretty sure there's a certain week that you're only allowed to re-sign or draft or whatever, and I'm pretty certain we're past it. I would have to look that up. Would have to look that up. That's your sister, don't worry. Yes, my 2 killer attack dogs over here heard somebody outside. Don't you bing at me. Hark, we're being invaded. Say hi to my co-host. Oh, I said say hi, not poke my nose. So this is a actual... There are a lot of teams on the bye this week. We have the Broncos, the Texans, the Jaguars, the Patriots, the Eagles, and the Redskins. All on bye this week. So that leaves us to focus a lot more on the games at hand. It also leaves me limited choice for my sure thing of the week and limited choice for my bookie bet of the week. Oh, by the way, apparently my sure thing of the week is a total curse. Just saying, because last week I said that, you know, Green Bay winning was the absolute lock of the week, and well, that went to shit, didn't it? So, mental note, don't ever pick your own team as the guaranteed win of the week. Which I tend not to. I tend not to try to jinx my own team. Did I hear about the KSI Logan Paul fight? I thought I heard... I didn't pay attention to it, honestly. I thought I heard something about it in the background when I was listening to the sports channel, but let me double check what's going on. You see, yep.
Match is playing in your room, and I sat in there for like 5 minutes watching it.
Oh, sure, but when I want to watch match in front of you...
It's that one episode that, like, you're, like... I don't know how to explain it so well. Like, the camera is basically, like, on the patient, like you're basically the patient for the episode, you know what I mean?
Oh, where you're seeing everything out of his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually a very good one. And again, that was very ahead of its time. Because, you know, most people wouldn't do that, especially because, remember, those were made in the early 70s.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Hawkeye kind of had black hair.
Gorgeous black hair in those eyes, man. Well, of course, real boxers are going to call it a joke. I mean... And then the winner winning by a disqualification or a deduction of points. See, that's one of the things. I don't follow boxing enough to even know what they're talking about, and that's why I don't go too involved in it, because I don't want to sound like a complete idiot. I prefer to sound like only a partial idiot, you know. That's one of the reasons I don't cover basketball so much, as, you know, I'll tell the scores and I'll tell, you know, what's going on and whatnot. But I can't tell certain things about certain sports because I just can't follow. I haven't learned enough about it. I mean, whenever somebody gets called for traveling in basketball, I can't see it. I literally cannot see traveling versus non-traveling, because to me it happens so quick and so inexplicably. Relax. Hey, relax. Give me a minute, guys. Come here. Oh, God, what's that? Somebody knocking on the door. Please bring Brutus out there. And
Brutus.
I know who it is. So. Give me 1 second, guys. Gotta take a minute of household business here. Good. How you doing? I appreciate you coming out on SunDaze. Sorry, people. Sorry, people. Sorry, people. Sorry, people. I think he heard something. He wasn't jumping as slow. I think he heard something. A couple of those claws are hurting that have to get cut. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, people. Sorry, people. Sorry, people. Sorry. See, this is why Chris Berman, has produces and is in an actual, studio. I'll get there eventually. Don't you worry. Hopefully I get there with Chris Berman and, I could be his sidekick. I think we'd have a really good thing. Hey, Angelkiss, how are you doing today? What be the good word? Are you ready for some football? Because God knows I am. Okay, where was I? I believe I was starting to talk about. I was going to go over. My picks of the week. I mean, again, I do the bookie bet of the week in props to my old man, rest his soul, because he was convinced every home team should win and never lose. Glad to hear it. And I always used to say to him, well, if that's the case, then all they have to do is make out the schedule and not play the games because you already know who won. He never liked that logic. But I'm going to say that my bookie bet of the week, and this I cannot see happening for the life of me. I cannot see it happening.
He started barking at how it's made.
He does not like the theme song to How It's Made. Don't judge my dog. Why are you judging my dog? Oh, God. Don't throw my dog either. Come here, you. Chunk.
Brad.
I am not. Oh, you're a chunk. There we go. Back on Mommy's lap. The bookie bet of the week. You don't agree? I mean, literally, did you read what I wrote? Do you not agree, or do you agree? By that side, I'm going to say you don't. But, again, do remember, when I say bookie bet of the week, I am not telling you to bet the house on it. I am not telling you that this is going to happen. I am telling you that this is the long shot of the week. So when I say it, I don't want to hear the guffaws because I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does, I would laugh my ass off. Bookie bet of the week would be the Dolphins beating the Indianapolis Colts. Did you see the dog pick up his ears like, are you out of your mind? Okay? That's how bad this is. The dog picked up his ears and is just like, my ear, you've lost it. I don't need your judging this. Judgy McJudgerson. You know, I don't see you making any bets. I don't see you calling any teams. They can make that an entire thing. Now, as far as my guarantee of the week, which again, this one is new. I'm not doing good on the guarantee. I kind of, my girlfriend Tammy's probably mad at me because I picked her Packers and it didn't work well for her at all. So if she knows I picked them, she might be angry. So probably a good thing she didn't watch the show last week. I am torn between two games. And it's kind of funny because both games, well, no, I'm gonna scratch that. I have to say, guarantee, can't see it going any other way. I'm going to say the guarantee is the Saints over Atlanta. The Saints have been doing very well this year. I mean, they do pretty well every year. Atlanta has been beyond struggling. And the Saints even held it together when, you know, the scariness happened and they lost Drew Brees for X amount of weeks. And Bridgewater stepped in and did an amazing job, I'm going to have to say. Because it's not easy. It's not easy. It's bad enough being a backup quarterback and having to step into somebody else's shoes. But, like, when you're stepping into the shoes of somebody that good, you know, Drew Brees is a certain future Hall of Famer, and you know, Ben Roethlisberger is a future Hall of Famer, and when these guys get injured, besides it, you know, giving their fans heart attacks, when you could step up and not panic and hold the team together really well like that, that means not only have you been paying attention in practices when you were not the starting quarterback, but it shows a sign of not only talent, but I'm going to say, I'm going to call it also it's maturity too, because you could be a nervous wreck, and it's normal to be nervous. It's containing your nerves that is the end all be all of maturity. Like I could be nervous, but I'm still going to do this type of thing. That's what we have here. So those two being picked, the bookie bet and the guarantee. Let's go over the rest of the games that are coming this week. And who I think is going to do what. Kansas City Chiefs over Tennessee, or at Tennessee. I say over because I'm leaning that way, but there's just a slight inconsistency with them that's making me think Tennessee might make a push today because they want to get to 500 to have any shot at this way in the game. I think it's going to be close, and I'm picking Tennessee. It's one of those out there ones, It's one of those. It's certainly not a guarantee, but there's just something telling me Tennessee is gonna do a push and get up there to even their season out. Arizona Cardinals 3-5-1. That one, man, I'm telling you, that one messes with you. Going over to Tampa Bay. Again, this is another one of those games that, two hapless teams. Tampa Bay trading away Fitz was kind of surprising to me. I mean, he wasn't and still isn't 100% perfection, but this is one of those things where I don't go by just stats, because he has a spark. He's one of those little kids in a big body. He's playing to win. And that's one of those things you can't teach. And to me that's valuable in any player. And Tampa Bay really doesn't have a strong leader right now. Again, I think this game is going to be low scoring, and I'm taking Arizona over them. I mean, I'm not saying that Arizona is doing anything special either, but I think Tampa Bay is doing less special. If that makes sense. Well, there's Diana. How are you, my dear? I love how you say go Giants and then my Steelers is an afterthought. Just throw me a bone there, sweetheart. Why don't you? Well, as we were talking a little bit before, it's the battle of New York, Giants versus Jets. And it's kind of funny because you could technically say that the Jets are the home team, but really, you're both home. So I don't really give home field advantage in this game. The Jets are 1-7. The Giants are 2-7. I honestly think. Therefore I am. I think you weren't here earlier when I said we were talking about Eli, and I said that if Eli wants to play for another year or two, he should request to be let go from the Giants. I actually said that him going to the Jets might be beneficial for him and for the team, and kind of explode the entire New York fan base. Oh, of course it's going to be great to watch. I mean, I watch every game that's on. You know that. And I'm just saying that it's because I'm in the middle of doing the picks. I'm just saying.
Who do you think's going to win?
Wow, the Jets fan just came in with that evil look.
We're talking to a Giants fan, so.
Yeah, but she can't give me an evil look. She's over there. You're like within throwing distance. You can like pick up the shepherd and throw him at me.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up the shepherd and throw him at you. I can't pick him up anymore.
Yeah, he's gotten a little big.
No, he got muscle.
He's looking at you too, like, what are you talking about? He knows we're talking about him.
I could throw him at you.
But he's already at me, so leave him be. Honestly, and if for no other reason that you don't have a strong quarterback right now, I think if it rides on quarterbacks, I think the young guy on the Giants can possibly lead over, but I can't put all that because they're not protecting him, so you can't throw from on the ground. I think it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be one of those right to the end, and I think that I think that whoever makes the least mistakes in this game is going to win. And in that, I give it to you. Because the Giants are one of those teams this year, like every other play is a flag. So, I'm giving it to you by that much. I'm just saying. What do you think of what I said about if Eli leaves the Giants, you taking Eli Manning?
Honestly, I don't know, because I've never really liked him that much. I've never been a fan of him. My personal opinion. Never been a fan.
Diana's like, Jones is a hottie. The new Giants guy. Please, for the love of God, not this way. I will kill you. Live on air. It'll happen.
So what's your take on my game?
Oh, the Browns are going to beat you easily. I know that you think it's crazy, Diana. Of course you would.
It's my pencil.
Maybe. I had to grab something. It was over there. But I think the game is going to be, I think it's going to be close, and I think it's going to, like I said, I think it's going to be who makes the least mistakes. If you could protect Jones, and if you could take him out.
Hey, yeah, Brutus, come here.
If you could protect Jones, and if you can make the least amount of mistakes, then absolutely, I think you're going to win. One more second, guys. Right, because he said he got a schedule for tomorrow morning, so if I use a 10-gallon or more, it's But I do appreciate you coming out. Ugh.
You good?
Yes. Ugh. Ugh. Sorry, guys, but had actually a really decent company coming out to make sure that we're okay on a Sunday, so obviously I can't ignore them. Good morning, Tyler. How are you doing? You have landed square in the middle of JC's Power Hour. I hope you like that idea. If not, don't panic. At 12 o'clock, Brian will return. 12:03. Okay, fine. 12:02. Be difficult. Again, Diana, I think, going back to the pick on the game, I think both of your teams need some improvement, but I do think, like I was saying earlier, I do think Jones is the future for you guys, because no matter what, Eli's not going to have that many years left in him anyway. You know, he's getting up there. And draft a couple of really big offensive linemen this year and, like, give him a good solid pocket. And I think, you know, your next Super Bowl is not that far away, to be honest. Unless you're playing against me, then you're not going to do it. So, ha. Okay, where am I? Yeah, the next game on the list is that whole Buffalo Bills and Cleveland Browns. Buffalo has been, for a number of years, they've been rebuilding. They've been doing a lot of changes. They've changed coaches over the past, within the past 5 years. They've done a lot of different changes. And so far this year, it seems to be showing definite signs of improvement. you were in the playoffs last year, but you made the playoffs by the skin of your teeth. Right now, you're 6-2, and it looks like you're going to be there like a lot more solidly. And as I was about to say, you guys almost handed the Patriots their first loss a lot earlier in the season, and the only reason that they won was not an offensive play by them. It wasn't anything Brady or anybody did. It was a miscue by the Bills and a defensive touchdown. Without that, you guys would have beaten them. So when you play them again, they really better watch their P's and Q's, because I think you can hand them another loss. So, all that being said, and all the wonderful hype that the Browns have had all off season of how they were going to do X, Y, and Z, and they were going to be so wonderful, and they were going to blah, 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 and blue, blue, blue. They ain't blind and they ain't blueing. They're stinking. I mean, being that, you know, I'm a Steelers fan and these guys are in my division, I see and hear a lot from them, but it was more than, in the off season, it was more than, you know, oh, this is our year type of thing. No, they had it. They have our quarterback. We got this. We're going to do great. We're going to do this. And, well, just another day in Cleveland. I'm honestly wondering, you know, sometimes I think to myself how Drew Carey is sitting in front of his TV watching that game, and is he just, you know, beating his head against the wall? I mean, to be fair, you stick with your team no matter what, which is fine. But I've said what the problem with the Browns is many times. They've, in what, 10 years they've had 8 coaches or something, like 7 or 8 coaches or something like that, you know, some ridiculous number. They're one of those who changes head coaches like every year or two. It's just an absolutely ludicrous number. It's absolutely, you can't build on that. You have to have a solid coaching staff that sticks around. You have to pick somebody, and you have to look at who you could hire, look at who you could get, and you have to say, look, I'm going to put all my eggs in this guy's basket, and we're going to give him time to do it. A year or two is not time. I could say that until I'm blue in the face, but some of these, I understand it's a business, and I understand it's a business you want to win, because if you win, you make more money, and I get all that. I truly get all that from a business end, but you have to think long term. These are not things that are going to happen within the first couple of years. You've got to give these guys time. Give the right one time, and you're good to go, but yeesh. They're just not. Alrighty. Here's a game that, again, I would like to say this is my guaranteed pick just because I would like to jinx them, but you know, with my luck, it wouldn't jinx them. That's why I didn't take it as the guaranteed pick. Baltimore at 6-2 is playing the Cincinnati Bengals, who have yet to win their first game. And I'm pretty certain they're the only ones who haven't won a game yet. So are they going for that, you know, big old season, that big old goose egg of a season? Again, I would laugh hysterically if somehow the Bengals could find a way to beat the Ravens, but home or not, I don't at all see that happening. Like I said, the Ravens, I hate to say anything good about the Ravens, just like I hate to say anything good about the Patriots. But I mean, I can't pretend that they're not doing well. I mean, I'd like to. I mean, I'd really like to say, oh, they suck and they this and they that. Well, I don't like them. I mean, this is the truth. But the only thing that might affect this game is Jackson was missed a lot of practice this week with an illness. Probably the flu or something like that. You know, there's a bunch of crap going around. I mean, you know, I haven't seen specific reports of it, but he did go back to practice later in the week, so maybe they were just smart and rested him for the week. But if he has anything, depending on what it was, I mean, if it was just like a stomach bug and he just felt like crap and they let him rest for a while, that's fine. If he had anything that was like the flu, that was really energy draining, it could affect him, you know, in a game that takes a lot of energy. But that's the only way I see any possibility. And it's a very, 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 very slim one. I mean, the Bengals aren't going to have what's his nuts? AJ Green was listed as, you know, possibly out. I mean, that's one of their biggest receivers. And even having one of their biggest receivers, they're not doing a lot. So, much as I hate to say it, I think I'm going to have to admit that the Ratbirds are going to, you know, they're going to probably win again. It's okay, they'll lose eventually. One could hope. Talked a little bit this morning about Detroit and Chicago. Detroit not having their quarterback, Stafford. That's going to be the, you know, shake-up that is going to really put the kibosh on their game today, I think. Especially the Bears being home. The Bears have some solid playing, and just in a lot of their losses make one of the things I've seen about them this week that kind of bothers me is their time management, clock management towards the end of the game. But I don't think that's going to be that big a factor. And Chicago, Detroit is a real battle of the Midwest, so I'm taking Chicago in that one. And we're just going to let that slide. Now, to the game that will surely induce several heart attacks in myself. My Pittsburgh Steelers are home against the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are 5-3. Steelers are 4-4. Last week, I am well aware that the Steelers were within a hair of losing. Well aware. And you know, a lot of even the fans of my own team are, you know, like shooting it down and getting upset and blah blah blah, and you know, we never should have won. I'm like, you know what? Granted, that got too close, and of all the kickers in the world to miss, I'm not going to say a chip shot, but, a relatively easy field goal, although Heinz Field is not known for easy. There's something about that field that, quarterbacks, kickers have a problem with. Even, somebody the ilk of Vinatieri. But I'm going to put it this way. Let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. How about that? Vinatieri kicked the ball low. The laces were in. Einhorn and Finkel, sorry. But, I mean, those memes were coming out hard and fast after that game. How about we are happy? Sometimes it goes that way. It's gone the other way for us. We've missed chip shot field goals that should have won games for us. So I'm going to take it when it goes our way. We're 500 now. Mason's still a little sketchy in the first quarter, and I really think, it just seems like it's just as simple as, he's young and he's nervous in that first quarter because that's when he really makes his mistakes. And by the second, third quarter, he tends to settle down. Obviously, this has got to stop. But the defense is backing him up enough that hopefully eventually the first quarter he's not going to be so damn nervous and he's not going to make those mistakes. All that being said, the Rams aren't as tough, their record's not stupendous. I don't think the Rams have enough to play against our defense. I think this is going to be a game where our defense wins it for us, being really tight and tough. So, I'm picking my Steelers. I know, big shock. But I am picking my Steelers over the Rams, and I think I had a decent reason why. So there. Green Bay Packers tonight, this afternoon, at home against the Carolina Panthers. Remember what I said about Green Bay last week? Remember that I said Green Bay was a guaranteed pick? Yep, sorry. But I can guarantee you one thing. They're not happy. I guarantee Coach was working them hard all week. I guarantee that they are pissed off. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm not jinxing them. I'm not guaranteeing the win. But I think they're going to come off like really strong and hard and pissed off. And again, at Lambeau Field in November, that is a big plus. Certain stadiums are big advantages, and Lambeau Field is certainly one of those. So absolutely. And also, in Carolina, we have the whole Cam Newton issue. He's been having nagging injuries. Let's call it that. He's actually considering having surgery on his foot, so it obviously is not getting better. So whoever starts, it's going to be going up against a healthy Aaron Rodgers. So Green Bay on this one. Then tonight, we have the Minnesota Vikings against the Dallas Cowboys. You know what? In spite of the fact that I got Dax on my fantasy team and him winning would help me, for fuck's sake, it's a fantasy team. It's not a big deal. It's more for bragging than anything. The Vikings have been playing a lot more physically domineering games. I'm not sure where these Vikings are coming from because they were kind of struggling last year. but they seem to be doing really well. So I have 1 minute until Brian comes out here, so I do need to wrap it up. But I am going to take the Vikings in a nod to my friend Mark if he is out there. I don't think he's ever... He likes my articles, but I don't think he ever watches the show. But he is a Vikings fan, and, you know, I think he could take Dallas. I think it's... Although this one, I think I'm going to predict is going to be a high-scoring game. I think both teams are going to put up a lot of points. And so I think it's going to be getting towards the end of the game, whose defense holds them. And again, like I mentioned before, obviously two good coaches on this team. Watch clock management, especially in the fourth quarter, because that seems to be a dying art. And that's disappointing. And for old school football fans, that's really disappointing, because clock management used to be a big deal on how you won, how you protected the lead, and everything like that. And it just really seems to be a dying art. And some of these coaches really better start paying attention more, because I've seen a lot of games this past season and the past couple of seasons. I've seen a lot of games lost basically on clock management. So let's step that up, shall we, peoples? Last game of the week. Now this is a Monday night game. Seattle Seahawks are 7-2. San Francisco Niners are home and they're 8-0. To quote JR, I think this one's going to be a slobber knocker. I think this one's going to be... again, I think this one's going to be a little more physical than San Fran has been used to, because they haven't played as many physical games as Seattle has. But at the end of the day, I think San Francisco is one of those teams, like the Steelers, that doing it in Monday night primetime or Sunday night primetime, when you know anybody watching the game is watching you. Some teams really shine in that, and some teams kind of falter. Niners are one of those teams, they get that extra boost. They're like, yep, I can do this, and I love having all these people watching. So I think that's going to give them the added boost. And I think I'm going to take the Niners on Monday night. I am looking at the clock. I am on overtime now. I am on a Sunday overtime. Pay me double time.
I'll pay you whatever I want. Again, talking about money. I didn't even know there is any. Right?
Well, he's on my payroll. You know how hard it is to look this cute? Look how hard it is to look this cute. Well, peoples, I hope you have enjoyed my hour. If you haven't enjoyed it, I am sorry. And I hope you were able to tolerate it with the zest and fortitude of a warrior.
What?
Don't judge me. Say bye-bye to my co-host. Mwah. Down you go. And I shall see you next week.
Howdy, y'all. Give me one moment here. Gotta get my stuff plugged in. what's happening, everybody? Getting Facebook open back up over here.
Once I'm done with that.
How are you, Diana? Nice to see you. What's up, Tyler? Bud Rich, of course. What's happening? Annabelle, what is the good word?
For physical and asked him about it, and then he probably has to direct me to an orthopedic doctor.
And then we got Sticky Buds over here before I left.
Hey, you wanna go for a ride? He's like, fuck yeah, I wanna go for a ride. Where are my keys? Why are my keys? Yeah, because you took them. And I'm like, I could lose my keys all by myself. I don't need your help. Oh, by the way, we gotta do that next time.
Thanks.
Here we are. I have Facebook back open over here.
Fine.
You know, he likes rides too.
Who, him?
Yeah.
I can't take both.
You always take the one. Offer to take the big guy sometimes. He does like car rides.
Liz,
I mean,
What?
get Brutus's leash.
gotta be fair about it.
You wanna go for a ride?
At least he doesn't attack the windshield wipers. Although one of these times you and I have got to take Monty out so I can try and
Yeah, good luck with that. He is insane.
see. He's all whiny. Are we going out, Ma?
Yes, you wanna go for a ride? Yes, Chase, you're still going. Keep pulling and you're not going anywhere.
Oh, stop.
Let me put the leash on you.
What's that?
Don't eat the
No,
leash.
no.
Come on, you don't do that. What
No.
the hell?
No.
That was my finger.
Hey. I know you're happy, but no. No. I know you're happy. The teeth clacking. I love that.
Careful, careful, your paws wrap.
Love it.
Oh, jeez. Love you too. All right, everybody. So what is the good word? What's happening? What's going on? You enjoy your sports hour? I know she covers everything on there. Again, going to be good games today. Going to be some games that are going to shock some people. There's going to be some ones that, who knows, maybe blowouts. All right, jumping back in, there's a little R&B Global Genius.
Come on. If it ain't too funky, then it ain't too funky. And if it ain't too funky, then it ain't the funk. If it ain't too funky, then it ain't too funky. And if it ain't too funky, then it ain't the funk. Citizens of the world unite. Of the world. How long will we continue to fight?
10 after 12, by the way. You have 10 minutes. Make sure you packed your roll. You're ready to go. It's going to be 12:20 on the East Coast, but that's 4:20, as you know.
Citizens of the world unite. How long will we continue to fight? We can come together as one with a message of peace, love, and funk. It ain't too funky. If it ain't too funky,
Global Genius and Too Funky. I have Waves Going By from Airlands. I have Got Me Going Insane from Charlie Peacock. I have Let's Get Going from Trout Recording. However, starting up this little block here, Brett Bourgeois, Pamela Roberts, Going Down.
Going down. Going down. Going down. Going down. Going
There we go. Next up, Waves Going By, Airlands. Hey Annie, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. What's the good word today? right, got me going insane. This is Charlie Peacock. Right back.
Back and forth, you played me for months. You got me going insane. You got me going insane. Looking for happiness, but it feels so far away. You got me going insane. You got me going insane. Looking for happiness, but it feels so far away. I need a second, don't ask why? Feels like you break me every single time. Call me when you want me when you love me. Fool me once, back and forth, you played me for months. You got me going insane. You got me going insane. Looking for happiness, but it feels so far away. You got me going insane. You got me going insane. Looking for happiness, but it feels so far away. You got me going insane. You got me going insane. No other way to explain. You got me going insane. You got me going insane. You got me going insane. Looking for happiness, but it feels so far away. You got me going insane. You got me going insane. Looking for happiness, but it feels so far away. You got me going
There we are.
insane. You got me going insane. There's no other way to explain. You got me going insane. Every time that you lied, I forgave you. You were weak, I was wrong to believe you. Oh no.
There we go. Stock our refrigerator, got water, got our ginger ale. Now, let's go out of here. Let's go to this. I got a request of this for an awful lot from our Diana out here. This is Our Will's Hand in the Fire.
Watch as he drop the top on this magma volcano. The fuego I'm kicking, they calling it propane flow. Unmatched. See the raps like a pack of matches. Strike the paper with the pen, turns into ashes. Too hot for 'em when we go block for 'em. Nothing other norm, hitting with the desert storm. Sweat dripping, that's reminder of living. No fake, pure fake, raw talent, heat spitting. If I'm only living one, then the sun's my vision. Now it's infinite energy, keeps the world still spinning. Watch out. Certain burn when you soak in it. And when I write, I ignite my whole life in it. Came from the clashes, battling with dragons, striving for higher. Push through the wire, ashes to ashes, fuel for the masses. Hand on desire, hand in the fire, let it burn, hand in the fire, hand in the fire, let it burn, let it burn. Hand on the mic, giving life in return, pray for me. Stressing got me looking for a blessing. Scarred by the sharp, but I gotta keep pressing. Hand in the fire, let it burn, let it burn. Hand on the mic, giving life in return, pray for me. Stressing got me looking for a blessing. Scarred by the sharp, but I gotta keep pressing. Hand in the fire, fear's nothing new to me. Hand in the fire, burning with poetry. Hand in the fire, fire setting me free. Hand in the fire, fire that was meant to be.
There you go, Hand in the Fire, R. Will. Then I got a little Brian Wifecombe and The Sheen coming up. This is Reach Out a Hand. Y'all smoke yourselves stupid out there or something? You forget how to type? Hello?
Every day is another
Knock, 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 knock.
degree
McFly.
of separation. Looking through a window for someone else to break. We've become the latest problem generation. How long will it take us to reach
Excuse me a moment, everybody. I gotta grab us a track. I will be right here, right back. I'm hearing something from the kitchen. It says one of the doors to the refrigerator is open. There we go. A little Brian Weiscombe for you. All right, I'm double checking. I do believe I have some people on the list that have birthdays today. One moment. Yes. Now we have the individual who cooked all that fantastic food for our 2-year anniversary event, as well as Cannabis Times, has a birthday today. So here's a little happy birthday piano. This is coming from Brent Bourgeois. Cue it up here real quick. There we go. Happy birthday, piano from Brent Bourgeois, going out to our friends that are having birthdays today. Speaking of Brent there, let's go over. This is called Starry Night. All right, that was Starry Night coming to you from Brent Bourgeois. Next up, a little Blues Magoos. Magoos, Brent Bourgeois. Next up, let's see. You know? Nope, that's slow. Sorry, but slow's gotta go here. Here we go, some electronic. This is called Ripped. There we go. Sounds like the family's home. Yep, they're home. That was Ripped, coming to you from Brent Bourgeois, right here on CC&C, Compound Concentrates and Coffee, with me, the Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic. We're here 7 days a week. You get 2 shows daily. We average anywhere between 63 to 70 hours a week. Bringing this broadcast out to you right now. And we're only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Bad bowl of chili, which I say there's no such animal unless, of course, you burn the bowl of chili while you're cooking it.
barking horse.
Well, yeah.
Work was fine, actually. I had 2 days off, too.
Come on, buddy. Let him in the door.
Good Lord.
That's my beautiful.
Very amused because watching him drag her all the way down to the pond and her almost falling 6 times was pretty damn funny, I'm not gonna lie. If she did completely fall, I would have been, I would have broken something laughing. I mean, I'm gonna have to say.
Devoshka, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land.
You don't have to tell her. You know me this good?
Yeah, yeah. All right, there we go. That was Bad Bowl of Chili from Brent Bourgeois. Hot Wheels on a Dirt Road coming up next. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put a halt to that. I'm going to be queuing up some music. I got to run to the other side of the building, take care of a little something, something, something. I'll be back. You know the routine. Monkey's going to jump in the chair. He's going to hang out with you. Yeah. He's a good guy.
I have yet to see that monkey jump.
You just haven't been looking. All right, I got it bad. A little Gleela staccato starting off this block for you. And I've been mentioning how Monkey was going to be getting costume changes, clothes changes and stuff. He's going to be getting out of these today. We'll be putting some other things on him. So, just while Monkey's here. There it is. I'll be back. right, that was Fixing the Leak right there. Also, we had Hot Wheels on a Dirt Road from Brett Bourgeois. Let's go. A little Texas Roadhouse. A little Roadhouse Blues. Between this track and the next, some of those loony laws, man. These things are, we just keep finding more and more. New Hampshire. It is illegal to sell the clothes one is wearing to pay off a gambling debt. It is also illegal to check into a hotel under an assumed name. Yeah. This one I talked about before, but thank you for sending it over. It is amusing. In New Jersey, it is against the law to frown at a police officer. I mentioned this before. I'm really curious. If someone does that now, will the police officer actually arrest them still? Will they give them a ticket? Yeah. In Trenton, it is illegal to throw a bad pickle out into the street. In Carlsbad, New Mexico, the Merriam-Webster Collegiate Dictionary has been banned. No, you may not learn. Wow. Let me jump from here. Let me go over here. I have some more things coming up. I have some more. There you go. You asked for rabbit hole. Here's a little Ruby
I
Amon
told
food.
you to be careful. I told you keep your guard up and watch what you say. I told you there'd be people that could make you trip just standing in place. You didn't believe anything that I said. When they came, you were not prepared. Then it all fell right on your head. Now you're lying in this bed. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. There's trouble all around you. You may not always see it, but it's still there. It may even be someone you thought that you could trust, who's got you misled. You didn't believe anything that I said. Gotta have eyes in the back of your head. Now it's so sad and you have regret. 'Cause you went and did that bread. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You didn't believe anything that I said. When they came, you were not prepared. Then it all fell right on your head. Now you're lying in your bed. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole, little Ruby Amon food. That's R&B and soul. Next up, let's do Ruby out of pop. It's called Poor
You
Poor
know
Fool.
my heart can't break, it only bends. You have no power over me, so don't you pretend you do. I live inside a world you've never seen. No, you can't come with me. You can't come with me. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor, poor fool. Don't be mistaken. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor fool. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor fool. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor fool. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor fool.
All right, number 3 from Ruby. This is I Never Loved You.
I know it's getting dark out, and I can't make you stay. You say you want to go, and you can't have it that way. But when you give
I Never Loved You there. That was Ruby Monfu out of R&B and Soul. Let's do a little Charlie Peacock. Here's Hold Your Head High.
This one is on me this time. I wouldn't roll past the truth so easily if not for all my broken places hidden under faces that smile and pretend to be oh so fine. And once again I need love to send a word to me. Hold your head high and light up the sky. Hold your head high and you can let go of the lie that says you've gone too far. And there's no turning back this time. Oh, I want to believe there's freedom for me where I can rest in the arms of love. But still I'm feeling all my broken places hidden under faces that smile and pretend to be oh so fine. And once again I need love to send a word to me. Hold your head high and light up the sky. Hold your head high and you can let go of the lie that says you've gone too far. And there's no turning back this time. Hold your head high. Hold your head high. Hold your head high and light up the sky. Hold your head high. There is nothing you can do to make love you more, love you less. A love that won't let go and won't walk away. That won't let go and won't walk away. A love that won't let go and won't walk
There you go. That was Hold Your Head High. That's Charlie Peacock featuring Ruby Amanfu. Let's jump down here. This is Speak the Words.
How am I gonna get to you when I can't tell if you want me to? You look me in the eye, but then gonna say I've had enough because I can't read your mind. So don't assume I know. So just speak the words. I promise I'll never go. If you just say so. If you just say so.
Excuse me.
You do a lot of real sweet things, but lately I've been wondering if it's a game and I'm the pawn. So tell me if I've got it wrong, 'cause this ain't the way to get my heart to trust. Yeah, you're making it tough. If you can say that you want my love, I'm gonna say I've had enough because I can't read your mind. So don't assume I know. So just speak the words, and I promise I'll never go. If you just say so. If you just say so. Cause this ain't the way to get my heart to trust. No, you're making it tough. If you can't say that you need my love, I'm gonna say I've had enough because I can't read your mind. So don't assume I know. So just speak the words, and I promise I'll never go. If you just say so. If you just say so.
All right, on this date, 1955, we see Elvis Presley, who attended the 4th Country Music Disc Jockey Convention in Nashville, Tennessee. Back at his hotel, Mae Boren Axton played him a demo of a new song that she had written with Tommy Durden. That song, called Heartbreak Hotel. Presley released the track as a single on the 27th of January in 56. That being his first on his new record label, RCA Victor. The song gave him his first #1 pop record. Now, the Beatles in 67 filmed 3 promotional films for their new single, Hello Goodbye, at the Seville Theatre in London. Each of the 3 film clips featured different costumes and Beatles antics. In the first film, they were their Sgt. Pepper uniforms. For the second, the Beatles were wearing everyday clothes. The third film clip featured shots from the first 2 films, plus additional shots of the Beatles, especially John, doing the twist. A musician's uniform ban on lip sync broadcasts prevented the film being used on British television. Now, Elton John in 73 starting an 8-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album charts with Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, the singer's third U.S. number 1. The album, which had the working titles of Vodka and Tonics and Silent Movies Talking Pictures, is his best-selling studio album with worldwide sales of over 15 million copies. Recorded at Chateau, and the album contains a Marilyn Monroe tribute, Candle in the Wind, as well as 3 successful singles, Benny and the Jets, Saturday Nights, All Right for Fighting, and the title track. Now in 75, David Bowie was sitting at number 1 over in the UK singles charts with Space Oddity. That track was first released in 69 to tie in with the Apollo 11 moon landing. Now Rick Wakeman, former keyboard player with Yes, provided synthesizer backing. Bowie would later revisit his Major Tom character in the songs Ashes to Ashes, Halo Space Boy, and Black Star.
Wow. That was a great
Let's see. Let's jump out of here. That was your little Ruby block. There's something better, Dig Infinity.
You. I gotta tell you what your team just did. Cleveland was like in the 5-yard line, okay? So they had first and goal. You held them. On third down, pass interference call, so you gave a brand new set of downs.
Of course we did.
You held them.
We gave them another set of downs.
No, they went for a 4th and goal. They were on like the 1.5-yard line, and you guys were like, motherfucker, no, you held them 8 plays and got the ball on down. That was impressive as hell. That was a hell of a goal line stand. Not one set of downs, 2.
Good job. Beans or water? It's one of the two when you have to open it up. Doing it backwards. It goes right in there when you have it on there, correct? Watch it, it's not gonna. Alright. Yeah, lift up a little bit and then lift up. No, I already know what it is. Hold it, they're gonna. If it goes back, I'm showing this to them, so I may not be showing it. If it goes back like this, there's only one reason why it's going back. So, literally, this is right there. Sometimes it falls back. 303. Is it going? I was gonna say it's many times you'll take care of the water, and then it's like, then it says, oh, add beans. I don't know if I have any coffee though. I gotta look around the house and see if I got some.
Sensing sarcasm.
Yeah.
Sensing slight sarcasm.
But
Your dog winked at me.
he's a flirt.
He literally winked at
It's a
me. He
flirt.
looked at me and he winked. He didn't blink, he winked.
Yeah. That's my boy, huh?
You're a brat.
My Brutus. He's my boy, huh?
I got a toy. You don't have a toy?
Did you enjoy your ride, buddy? Huh? Did you enjoy your ride? Yes, there's my boy. No, there's my good boy. Yes.
I'm missing the little bowl pour to martini piece.
I'll help you find it.
Okay, let's go. Let's do. Let's go with a little tarantula. Thank you. Give me a second. I'll grab us another one here. Funk of the Spheres. right. One more coming from you, a little new revelation. Dig Infinity with David Hildago. Excuse me.
It's just a part of human nature, a product of assimilation. The people form to build a nation, the new sensation. We came to solve and conquer all, but now we come to conquer hearts. You've seen the rise, here comes the fall, the new revelation.
They're threatening them. So far, Liz is up 14-0.
The folks have come and heard the cries of children scarred from all the lies. We've stamped before the devil's died. A new plantation. They say the truth will set you free, but you don't tell it what to be. The truth is not philosophy, soul elevation. You always know when it's real. You know how it feels. You know how it feels. You always know when it's real. You know how it feels. You know how it feels. You always know when it's real. You know how it feels. You know how it feels. Came and saw and conquered all, but now we conquer all our hearts. Seen the rise and all the fall, the new revelation. They say the truth will set you free, but you don't tell it what to be. The truth is not philosophy, it's soul elevation.
All right. Little Dig Infinity block for you. There we go. Nico, this is Bed of Nails.
You ran away and took the best of me and my ability. I couldn't catch for my agility. Was not there.
Welcome back. That was Bed and Nails, Nico Fuzz, Barbasauce. All right, I got a little Chop It Up, the Lost Van Hagar track for us. Are we out of peanut butter?
Yep. Hopefully I'll be doing shopping tomorrow and get stuff.
Thank you. This is called Tell All. Austin Woodward and Zach Ledbetter. Tell All, Austin Woodward, and Zach Ledbetter. All right. Let's go over here. Adam Koolman. Go to Kootman. Kootman. KOOTMAN.com. It's called Nature 2.0. It's some electronics. Nature 2.0, Adam Kootman.
Oh wow! We tried so hard.
We've made our bed, says Cy. Hey Pete, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. What's the good word, buddy?
We've made our bed. We made our bed to lie in it. Bits in pieces, looking for a bed. We are moral and broke, keeping dirty little secrets. Losing the thought in another bed. Trying to repaint history.
between this track and the next, I'm looking at things going on in the NFL. We got Kansas City and Tennessee. KC's at 10, Tennessee 7. Arizona and Tampa Bay. Arizona 6, Tampa Bay 10. The Giants and Jets. Well, Jets were 14-0, but now I'm seeing the Giants are at 13, Jets 14. Falcons against the Saints. Falcons at 10, Saints at 3. In my game, Buffalo was ahead. It was 7. Now it's 7-6. Baltimore and Cincinnati, the Bengals, we're looking at 28-3. We are looking, okay, well, the rest of those are the afternoon games. So that's just what's happening right now. Cleveland currently has the ball, and they are in the red zone. There we go. Some airlands. Actually, you know what? That's slow. Since I did eat, you know the routine. I'm going to cue up some music. I need to go brush my teeth. I will be back, of course.
In another time, in another place, mortals coil, or humans race. Here in power, against the ground, hate makes war, addicted to pain. In another world, on another face, with peace of mind finally find its place. The last line of defense is gone without trust. What saving grace is there to lift the best of us? Whose signature set us free from the ordeal of passing time? In another world where we try push ourselves beyond the line, but helping hand and kind reach out.
Going down. 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 Going down.
Worked all day, worked all night, back and forth everywhere. Gonna take it easy. I'm gonna take it easy. Worked all day, worked all night, up and down everywhere. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna take it easy. Kick off the tired shoes, rest of the weary mind. Now you know I'm breaking loose. Baby, you know I wanna get to you. Step out of the heaviness, make way for happiness. Baby, you know we put on dancing shoes. Baby, I wanna dance with
We are coming up to the end of today's broadcast day. Yep. Actually, gonna preempt that. We're going over here. I hope everyone's had a good one today. I do appreciate everybody hanging out. You know the routine. I get on Sundays later than normal, so I've been hanging out later than normal. But I will see you all tomorrow morning, normal time, Monday through Fridays. Little Austin, little Shane Roberts. When this tune is over, so are we. This is BioTrek. All right, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Peace. Much love and respect. CC&C is out of here for this Sunday.